You were racing with a Terre Haute.
So anyway, I ended up hitting him. He broke, and I won. And so after the race, I walked up to talk to him, and he punched me.
Jack,
I got the Jack Hewitt punch.
You punched him?
And so then we both got in trouble with USAC. He got in trouble for
Come over here, Code.
I got in trouble for driving rough. So then I didn't see Jack. The next week was at Granite City. Jack comes up to me, puts his arm around me, he says, Butler, he says, these guys have blown this fighting thing way out of proportion. He says, me and my buddies, we like to go to a bar, and if you get in a good fist fight, that's good, clean fun. He says, now you can't always do that now because there's crazy guys with guns and knives and shit like that, but there's nothing wrong with a good, clean fight. Yeah. And then after that, he was like my big brother. He'd help me hook up rides on that. I'd call him during the week, and I'd have a bad race, and he'd say, just forget that. It's all about the next race. Don't worry about the last one. And you get
so he punched you, and then he became a mentor.
No,
yeah.
We was friends, but the best one was...
Cody, get over here. Have you heard this story? Yeah, yes.
The best one, though, is he turned around and he's not into the fighting and stuff like we were.
He's a gentleman.
And they was banging Will with Billy Rose or something. Anyways.
Oh, yeah, you rescued me.
I got my four-wheeler. I said, Steve, you better get on the back of my golf cart or four-wheeler. He said, well, why? I said, just get on the back. Man, there was a mob coming.
Really?
Yeah, we escaped the mob.
We did. It was going to get ugly there for a little bit.
So, Steve, it sounds like you did cause a bit of trouble. I was thinking you were the mild-mannered.
You don't win races by not causing trouble.
What a shame you never got.
We were racing at, remember the time we were racing the Indy Mile, and they overwatered the track. It was super soupy.
It had rained, hadn't it?
I don't know. All I know is it was just super wet, and there was a bunch of guys that were saying they weren't going to run. We went out and ran a few laps, and everybody got all their tear-offs, and they said they weren't going to run, and then you started walking around saying, no, we can do this. And you were showing everybody how to tape their cage up.
Yeah.
And you came over and you taped my cage up so it had like a little tank slid out of it.
You probably learned that in Australia.
No, that was before Australia.
Was it?
Yeah.
So you raced?
Yeah, we raced, and I remember I was going down the back straightaway, and I found out if I kept my head low below that tank strip, that tank slit, all the shit would hit me on top of the helmet, and I didn't have to pull any tear-offs, and I would just watch the lights, and when I saw the lights turn, because I couldn't see the car in front of me, I was down too low. I just watched the lights, and when I'd see the lights turn, I knew it was time to pop up and see what was going on.
On a mile.
Yeah, on a mile, going about 170 miles per hour.
Had you heard that one?
No.
That's a good. I'm glad you got a new one, Cody. That
was another lesson my mentor taught me.
Oh, mentor.
Like I said, the thing about it, telling Steve, probably with all the racing, him and I probably raced harder and longer, more races together. I mean, I'm looking, we got a lot of pictures of Steve and I running, especially at Eldora, in the sprint and the dirt car, but it was other races too, except when we went to pavement. I wasn't in his league.
Yeah, he's pretty good at that stuff.
Yeah, we was better at the dirt.
Why was the pavement thing your thing? Was that just a local, you got to run that stuff more?
I don't know. I just took to it. I hadn't raced anything on pavement, and then USAC started doing pavement deal, and for some reason, I was always kind of good on a slick track, so maybe it was like the same feel as a slick track. I don't know, but but you were good on slick tracks too. You were really good on slick tracks.
Well, what they said in my driving style of all the years I've raced, they never described me as smooth or patient. Well, he was.
Was there no finesse? Is that what you're saying, Joe?
We was ahead of our time or behind our time.
It's a shame that you never got to race in Australia, because we're just discussing that. Jack, that was as much as you said that we screwed you guys, that was a highlight of your life for a lot of years. You made lifelong friends there.
Big part of my life, Steve was a little quiet, my mouth kind of helped me out over there a little bit, But we raced okay. I mean, we could run with the but then the mouth on top of it made it better over there.
Yeah.
And yes, a couple places got me, but the majority of it didn't.
He would have been good, particularly at Claremont and Bunbury, the big, flat, slick places, right?
Liverpool.
Yeah.
In there when they ran the sprint.
Yeah. Parramatta was pretty sticky back in the day, and Warrnambool and those.
Well, he's brave too. Yeah.
Yeah. Nice little place you got here. Is this your house?
I wish.
What a place. Code, let's just pick one and take it. Wow. Excuse me, Mr. Smith.
We don't know which one's the real dummy. Did you see?
Wow, it's got a bit of a likeness there.
Yeah.
I got to say. Danny, could you introduce us all to your friend standing here, this legend that's standing here with these really cool blue shoes that are better than yours?
The one and only world famous Merle Bettenhausen.
It's wonderful to see you, Merle.
You know what? He's been reading some propaganda books that aren't true.
I think we all agree that he's right. How about this old guy still winning races?
Huh?
How about just last week, mate?
Last week,
Where?
Skyline Speedway in Athens, Ohio.
So, what is the timeline between your first win and your last one?
My first win was in 1975 at Lawrenceburg.
Okay, what month?
Maybe June.
All right, so let's go. Let's just pretend it's 75 to 23 even. So it's 25, 48 years between your first and your last win.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I
49.
I hate the word last.
49.
Well, no, most recent. Most recent, Mel.
Most recent, yeah.
Yeah.
You know what worried me coming up here with everybody in line? I thought we was in a funeral procession.
I thought we should at least gone 4 wide at the lights.
This is my 50th year. When we finish this year up, that's my 50th season
Wow.
in the books. I didn't win my first year in '74, and then in 2020 I didn't win. We'll blame that on COVID.
Yeah. I'll go with that.
So I got 48 out of 50 years in a sprint car with a win.
So how did that feel last week?
That felt pretty darn good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So was that as satisfying as your first one? Is that a strange thing to ask?
Oh, it was more satisfying.
More.
Really?
The last one, yeah.
You got it, yeah.
The first one, it was just, I was a young, dumb kid, and
Yep.
it was cool. And now I look at the pictures. Yeah.
Oh, well done. Yes, he knew.
That's Coach.
Hey, Coach.
Howdy.
How you doing?
Good,
We're just
good for an
discussing.
old guy.
We're just discussing his win record. 48 years in between wins.
I only got one record.
What's that?
Only one to win a USAC midget race with one arm.
That's a hell of a record.
Hey, Merle.
I love it.
Carousel, is that the one from Broad Ripple
I was thinking last night
That's the one Tony Holman bought within
of the
base.
over 60 crowd. I won. Terry Gray has won. Sammy won 360s. I think Dave Blamey is 60.
Yes,
He won,
yes.
So all the over the hill game's doing pretty good.
Are there any of your cars in here? Any of the cars
No.
you've driven?
No.
God, is it? He's got an uncanny likeness, Cody, don't you think?
Did you see it?
That guy there on the left, he's here 24/7.
Is he really?
Yeah, I'm that guy too.
Not many guys could steal it and be them.
See, that carousel's pretty, isn't it?
What year was that built?
What a collection. Pancho.
40s on the carousel.
Late 40s?
Holman bought it to put it in the speedway.
Oh, wow.
Merle just told a story, and he bought it at an auction, and it was
was
supposed to go in turn one at the speedway, and it never made it. And
Just
there
to
it is.
keep activity coming in the race, more than once a year.
Yeah, right.
And like anybody like him, you get an idea, and you
Yep.
get an idea, and you start stacking up all the ideas that don't come to be.
So, Mel, tell me about the guy that owns it.
Right there.
Yes, I saw that. That's legit, right?
Handmade by the guys right here.
So tell me about the gentleman that this is a collection. Who owns this collection?
Ray Skillman.
Yeah, so tell me about Ray, please.
Ray Skillman is a car guy from Owensboro, Kentucky. He used to come up to Indy and go to the auction. him and his dad had a string of lights that ran from their garage out to the light pole, and they'd sell 4 or 5 cars. They'd have them there in Owensboro, Kentucky. And he'd come up here, and he'd come up every other week, and they'd sell. If they sold their cars or they didn't sell, they'd trade them, go back down. They had 2 tow hitches. They'd drive one up, riding both of them, sell that car, buy 4 cars, hook them together, go back down, put them in their
Wow.
driveway, and he got to know some people up there and became partners with another fellow. Brought him in, and he was a partner, and then ended up buying his first store down the street here, and now he's got 17 stores. And
Right. So we're struggling.
Self-made.
Isn't that beautiful?
From
That's what you can do in this country. With a bit of hard work.
You can now.
Well, I hope you're wrong.
I know, me too.
What a collection, Merle.
We had a bunch of grandkids.
What a collection. Welcome to Indiana's finest drive-in.
Now that 46 over there.
Yes.
in the trailer, that was my first Chevy car.
Really?
Springfield, 1969.
On the mile or the little train?
In the mile.
Wow.
Yeah.
Jeez. I was only talking to Flea Ruzick just a couple of days ago about all that era. Wow. Look at those gorgeous cars. Excuse me, Mr. Ungar.
Yes, sir.
Could you tell me, out of the 2 teammates that you had with Tim Green or Jack Hewitt, who was your favourite?
Oh, God.
He can't hear. He can't hear you.
He can't hear
No,
me?
he can't hear you.
Yeah, it was still Hewitt.
Okay, what do you remember about that stuff with those 2? Oh, you can't really tell me anything, can you?
Well, yeah, some of it I couldn't tell you, but the most amazing thing was the trip across the
Yeah,
Nullarbor.
Nullarbor.
Me and Jack and Scruff had an old Ford 1-ton flatbed.
Yep.
Tim Green had his wife there, and Trossel had his wife there, so they got to drive a nice car. Me and Hewitt got to drive a 1-ton truck across the desert. You could turn the steering wheel a quarter turn either way, and it would still go straight. No air conditioning.
It was probably American originally. It was
Yeah,
probably an American pickup
it was
truck,
a
right?
Ford, yeah, it
so
was
there
a
you go.
Ford.
You can't blame us entirely.
Fix or repair daily, isn't that Ford?
Hey now, first on race day, thank you. Isn't this incredible, this place?
Unbelievable.
Jeez. I just love the people we're hanging out with today. You guys need to do this a lot more. You need to get these kind of guys
Yeah,
together,
that would
Rick,
be
a
fun.
lot more.
I'm so thrilled that Jack invited me.
Yeah.
Gordon did a thing at the Speedway a few years ago, and they didn't invite me, and it hurt my feelings, so I'm glad I didn't get left out of this one.
I'm glad you're here, mate. What a place this is. God, keep him away from these things. He looks like he wants to get in one right now, doesn't he? And probably
I
could.
don't think he's alone.
No. You got a bit of a twitch going there, mate?
Yeah,
That foot tingling just a little bit?
Yeah.
What a place.
This is unreal.
bar.
When men were men.
And women were glad.